beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. My name is Princess Leah, and I am here to be a channel for the highest frequencies of conscious love. So we have our heart chakra sound bowl to activate the vibrations of whole, unconditional, conscious love. As you can see, I have a pile here that's looking right at us, and it wasn't an intended pile, but when I was pulling my cards out to line up, a handful of cards from another deck, from what I consider my collective deck, came out, and the first card that I saw when I pulled it up was the Lovers. I am feeling a really strong heart activation happening, some heart either awakening, ascensions, healing, but there's definitely some activity going on in the heart space. I was woken up at 5 a.m. this morning, and in the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, number 5 is the heart chakra, unfurling back to love. Usually it's the 4th chakra, but she includes the Earth Star, the high heart chakra, as well as the Soul Star chakra. I don't know if you just saw that, but my Palo Santo just sparked a little ember, and it burned my yoga mat here. So sparks are flying right now. Your heart space might be flying for the Lovers. The reason why I also felt the need to pull these cards and share them with you, like I said, I don't know what the message is for today. I titled it, if this video found you, it's for you. I don't know what's to come, but before I titled that before I pulled the cards out. So with this Lovers energy here, it matches the energy from when I was woken up at 5 a.m. I just couldn't get, my body was restless, and my mind was restless. Some people say if you can't sleep at night, it's because you're in someone else's dream. But what I also am hearing too, because when I was, I wanted to just kind of listen to a positive podcast or something while I was reading this morning. I opened up an old book that I haven't read in a long time, called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, Awakening to Your Life's Purposes. Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. I got that book for my 22nd birthday, which is 10 years ago from today. So, or not today, but 10 years ago. And so what's interesting is a lot of downloads came as I was reading that about the pain body in children, about being aware and present, and how the presence being in your awareness and your presence of what is, regardless of what emotions and pain bodies might be coming up in others. That is true. That is unconditional love. And also, I'll go into this more, but the downloads that are coming in before I explain the energy of this tarot. Also, the seeing of oneness within others, within yourself, along with yourself, as yourself, seeing that we are all one. That is true love. So I thought that was very interesting, especially with how this Lovers card is it's like the yin and yang of these snakes, of the serpent. And just recently I was quote unquote warned about seeing snakes being deceived. Snakes can have multiple meanings. They could mean deceit. They could also mean awakening, enlightenment. It could also mean temptation. It could, and this I'm seeing here as the merging of the light and the dark. Merging all. Serpent can also mean the kundalini rising within your chakra system. And I'm seeing the light allowing the yin and the yang, the light and the shadow to merge, to intertwine with each other without having to see one as bad and one as good. And so I'm seeing that as, in the realm of love, which can be messy and confusing and frustrating and scary and all of the above, and exhilarating and activating and awakening, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be deemed as wrong, right, bad, good, pretty, ugly. It's just the ebbs and flows of the activation of our consciousness, of our being. Our purpose here on earth is to be the essence of love. We are love in human form if we allow our vibrations to meet at its pure essence of quality. So in the Lovers, what's interesting too is that when I was looking for a podcast or something to listen to this morning, my own Tea+Tarot playlist was on a recommended video. And it was back from June 4th for the Gemini new moon, and it was titled For the Lovers. So I thought that was very interesting. So I listened to it, and it was, and I listened to it also because the number synchronicity of the length of time. It was a long message, but it was 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 41 seconds. So it was a palindrome, the same forward and backward. So I see that also as the mirroring that lovers are with each other. The divine masculine and feminine, the yin, the yang, the light, the shadow is the mirror to each other. So maybe for someone who is in a divine connection, or if you've been activated by divine love, or if you resonate with the twin flame journey, however kind of word or verbiage you want to use, I'm hearing that really the essence is the awakening, right? When you're activated by divine love, what really is happening is your soul is recognizing itself in another. And the journey, the road to conscious love is the full awakening of seeing yourself in all, seeing all in yourself, unfolding with the universe as one. That is true love. we can separate ourselves from others. We can think that this person or that person are different or separate from us because they think differently, because they look differently, because they, believe different things or have different backgrounds. But the truth is we all are one. We are all one soul. We come from the same vibrational frequency of love. So our divine counterpart is no different. And other people are no different than our divine counterpart when it comes to the placement of how we share our love or see love in others, is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. That we don't need to put our divine counterpart on a pedestal, or to say that I only want them and I only want to hang out with them and I only think about them. That is separation consciousness. That is the ego mind believing that this person is the only source of your happiness, is the only source of love that can be attained. And Spirit wants you to know that the lovers is about the love that you are. And that can never be separated. Just like the yin and the yang can never be separate from each other. The light and the dark and the shadows can never be separated. So finding space to embrace the love in all of its lightness and darkness, and I'm hearing the expansion and contraction. The expansion when you have the energy to give and to do and to love and to be, and then when you have to contract and be within yourself and go within and be in solitude, or be quiet or reflect, right? And this, we have, anytime we have a retrograde, like Mercury retrograde, it's a time to go within, to reflect. So I kind of want to just look at these cards and see, because I almost feel like these are the messages from Spirit. So we have, look at that. Okay, so I can't wait to share this with you. We have the Lovers and then the Knight of Cups. I mean, look at that. You can't make that up. That is a offering of romance, offering of love. There, something is being activated within. Something is being activated within this collective. I'm going to put this over here so we have more space. What is being activated? Divine conscious love. And I'm hearing, because of this one in particular, the rising of the frequency. We're rising to a higher frequency of love. We're rising out of conditional love, love with conditions, codependent love, right? Needing to be responsible for other people's happiness, or believing that other people are responsible for our happiness. As we're rising into that interdependence, synergistic love, the offering, the proposal for love is to come with the World card in this new world. I love this World card. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Because look at the breaking of the old, the shell of the old world. This Pluto and Aquarius energy is really going to be opening, awakening, breaking open for a new world. And what is this new world? It's a world of conscious love. I can't look with the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, thank you, Spirit. This is destined. This is our fated Dharma. This is what is to come. This is what we have been working for. Look, and I say working for, I meant to say waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. But then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So yes, this is what we have been working for, working towards, working on within ourselves, healing, transmuting. The World and the Wheel of Fortune cards are probably my favorite. I love this Wheel of Fortune because this is actively, it looks like the wheel, the art wheel is moving which means there is movement happening right now of this destined new earth to come into fruition. And what did I say too? I was reading the new earth this morning, and here is this world emerging from this old shell with fire flames, right? And then I was listening, and then the alarm clock song came on, First Things First by Consumed by Fire. And here are these flames. Everything is always synchronizing for us to understand, for messages from Spirit. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles. Yes, we are working for stability. We are working to gather everything, to get everything that we need to come into a stable timeline, a stable life, for stability, working for stability. We have been doing the shadow work. We have been doing the light work, being the light within the darkness, while also working on the darkness within us to transmute it into light so that we can continue to be the light in the darkness, and the wheel goes round and round as we continue to do that. The Nine of Swords, we might be feeling anxious about this new beginning. We might be worried, concerned, fearful. Are we going to be able to, emerge from this? Are we going to be able to emerge from this activation, from this dark night of the soul? Are we going to be able to balance and harmonize, communicate, is what I see in this Two of Pentacles, actually, because they look like the faces are they're facing each other, the coins are facing each other. And then you have the third eyes. So it's like communicating telepathically is what I'm hearing, even though Pentacles is more of the earth stability, like materialized in the physical. But I'm hearing balancing and harmonizing, being able to balance the telepathic, these look like thought bubbles, being able to balance your telepathic communication through your third eye, your imagination, your dream's eye, your mind's eye, your soul's eye, in order to bring it into the physical, into the 3D. Yep, and balance it. Balance it. More of those clouds with the third eyes. And there it is again with the Page of Swords. So the collective is tuning in, listening, maybe even watching their divine counterpart, perhaps with their mind's eye, their third eye, in dream space, but possibly with, in other ways too. Maybe if you watch them on, maybe if they have a social media or music, or maybe if they have work or that they put out into the public, or if they're public figures, you might be seeing them. You may even be seeing them when you're not trying to see them. Maybe you see them in different ways, like in synchronicities and numbers and colors and trucks and their name places or things that remind you of them, songs, whatever they might be. Because what that is doing is it's bringing the full circle, the King of Pentacles. There's that King and Queen of Pentacles right here. That's that perfect match, divine counterparts to each other. The King and Queen. So there's that balance again. The feminine, the masculine. And it's not about gender. Okay, it's not about, your orientation or your, physical attributes. It's about energy, the feminine, masculine energy within us. But these are the divine counterparts right here, right? This is what is coming into fruition. This is what is causing the communication, which can also cause some anxiety, this, but this is what is shifting in the world. What's destined, what is destined for you cannot be disrupted. Thank you, Spirits, what I just heard. What is destined for you cannot be disrupted. Really beautiful. You will be led to your destiny, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well, what is it? There's nothing you can do to change it. You might as well embrace it. That was a message from Spirit the other day. Nothing you can do to change it. It's already written in the stars, and the wheels are already turning. The shell has been cracked open. The heart, I'm hearing this is somebody's heart. The heart has been cracked open, And I love how, I don't know if you can see it, but the Knight of Cups has these two droplets here. And it's almost like the masculine and feminine are the two droplets in this chalice of divine love, right? Like you are the droplets of the ocean. We all make up droplets to make up the ocean. You might feel like you are insignificant as a droplet alone, but all together you form a body of water, which is synergy. The sum is greater than of its parts. In the waning moon right now, in Leo. So I'm hearing, for those who might have needed to hear this, to don't give up is what Spirit wants you to know. Don't give up. Let's actually see what Spirit wants you to know about this. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit wants you to know about this message here for the lovers. I didn't know what this message was going to be about, and I don't particularly try to have love readings, and that's definitely not what has been the most prominent on, my own personal energy right at this moment. I feel like I've been thinking about a lot of other things this week, like family, but soul needs to know what the soul needs to know. And perhaps I'm hearing, if you haven't been actively thinking about your counterpart recently, maybe you have in the background, or I'm just hearing Spirit say they're always going to be running. The wheel is always going to be running in the background. So while you're working, while you're waiting, God is working. Divine is working on your behalf. Even if you're feeling anxious, maybe you have been distracted by other things, so you thought that this all was not existent. Or maybe you've been anxious about all of this, but maybe you've been anxious about other things. Maybe you've been anxious about other things that has been kind of just taking over your mental, your human mind, but your soul mind has been at contemplation. And so Spirit wants you to know that there's something really beautiful on the horizon that is going to be very, very emotionally fulfilling for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, thank you, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but this is a very strong message for love right now, for those who have been thinking about it, or maybe you weren't thinking about it actively, and this is kind of a reassurance. Look at this. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. Yep, can't make it up. Your journey is divinely protected. The Emperor is also about protection, is about provision. Everything will be provided for you, Spirit is saying. A divine masculine in your life is being protected by spirit while the awakening is occurring within their heart, within their world is shifting, is breaking open. The balance, the rise of the Kundalini, the anxiety. So maybe it's the masculine energy within yourself or within your collective counterpart. But we have the Nine of Crystals, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Yes. Okay, so look at the feminine energy here in these cards. The Nine of Crystals of independence. You're coming into independence. Yeah. I'm hearing you're coming into an independence of remembering past life, journeys with this divine counterpart. Your soul has traveled lifetimes together and will always come back to each other, will always find each other. This is a soul recognition in this lifetime. You're recognizing we have journeyed and traveled multiple lifetimes. And I'm hearing having confidence with the Queen of Wands, confidence in this journey, confidence in who you are becoming, and becoming independent within yourself, fulfilled within yourself, stable within yourself. And that also has to do with some inner work, right? The inner child healing of the Six of Cups. You may have known this person since you were a child, since you were children, and have loved this person since. And this journey has been a continuous up and down whirlwind, ins and outs, yins and yangs, separations, reunions, back and forth, it feels, right? Hot and colds. And maybe that's why this Nine of Swords is here, is because all that anxiety. The anxiety has come from the trauma of having to go back and forth so much, but all of that was related so that you could come into your own independence, not being dependent on their love. That's what I'm hearing. Not being dependent on their physical presence to give you that confidence, but having the confidence within yourself, the confidence within this journey. This morning, as I was getting downloads, I was journaling, and one of the journaling downloads was about commitment. What is commitment? To me, I was writing, to me, commitment is having the trust in the love between the person, place, or thing in the journey. The love for the journey, having the trusting the love in this journey. Whatever journey that might be on that is emotionally fulfilling for you, your self-love journey, within your own divine balance of your own yin and yang, your own feminine and masculine energy within yourself to come into your soul purpose. But I think also the biggest thing I'm hearing Spirit say is that your mission, your purpose is not to be, your destiny and your mission is not to be with your counterpart. That's not your end goal. Your end goal is to expand and awaken and free others, free this world of the bounds, of the torments of conditional, transactional, codependent love, so that you can be broken free, so that this world can break free of that limiting pattern and cycle and come into an interdependence where you can move together, weave together as individuals as sovereign individuals with this Emperor energy. You might, might be in Aries, or be dealing with an Aries perhaps, but the whole collective is in the North Node in Aries, as well as Chiron in Aries, which is still, I'm pretty sure, still retrograde. So again, reflecting on your soul journey. Chiron is the wounded healer. Reflecting on your soul journey and who you are meant to be. Aries is the I am, the first of the zodiac, the alpha that leads the way, that embarks on the journey first. The fool's journey takes those leaps and just trust. Those leaps of faith. And this could be, again, your purpose and your person. No, so it, if you're not focused on a person, it could be about your purpose. Either way, they're all intertwined and connected. As you are aligning with your purpose, you come into alignment with your soul tribe, your soul people, your soul family, and your person is one of them. But it's not, the end goal is not to be with them. And I think that that's what this world is coming out of, is recognizing that our destiny is not to be with our person and that's it. But it's to be at your highest vibrational frequency. To be your fullest, your wholest self. And healing with your counterpart, with your person, helping each other heal to help the world heal. Yeah, healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind. That's our purpose. Through our talents, our works, our bliss works. So maybe you're feeling scared, perhaps there is a similar anxiety that you have on your purpose and your person. Trusting in this journey, as well as trusting in, your ability to navigate this journey, trusting that all that you desire in your life, all that you desire to take on in this world, all that you desire to achieve in this world, might give you the same anxiety as believing in this love connection, committing to this connection, committing and surrendering to divine love, to divine's will. Look at this life force energy here at the bottom of the deck. But remember, love is your life force energy. The dolphins, again, look at this. The dolphins communicate telepathically. They also mate for life. They also mate for pleasure. And they're very smart. And we have all of the chakra lotus energy here because our kundalini is awakening. The kundalini is rising, is opening, is tapping into this life force energy, the life force energy of love. Love is the most powerful force. Love conquers all. Love never fails. Love always prevails. Right? Love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. So I'm hearing, don't make assumptions. This is what Spirit wants us to know with our next steps in this. What we can do about all of this right now is to not make assumptions, to eliminate gossip. Thank you. And I'm surprised that the eliminate gossip is not be impeccable with your word. But we do have, look, be impeccable with your word at the top of the deck. Cultivate faith. I love this. And I'm pretty sure this was the card that came out in the Tea+Tarot for the lovers that I was watching this morning. With the flower and the coming out of the third eye. Okay, you're growing something in your third eye. Even if you're I'm hearing even, okay, thank you, Spirit. The downloads are coming through hot. Even if your human eyes cannot see, your third eye knows all. That is what it means to cultivate faith. seeing with your mind's eye, your soul's eye, seeing before, believing it before you see it, believing it before you see it, and seeing it to, as you know, to believe it. Even if you can't physically see it in this world yet, it's moving. It's dropping in. It's being cultivated. It's here. So let's read what the eliminate gossip is, because this might actually also help. Because I've actually been hearing this a lot too, and as some downloads too. So I'm going to see what additional messages Spirit has. Making assumptions is a setup for suffering, because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. Interesting. So this might be what is causing this anxiety here with this Knight of Swords. Because the Two of Pentacles, that maybe that's what is kind of needing to come into balance, is the assumptions that we're making on this journey, is what I'm hearing. Even the assumptions that we might be making on our divine counterpart, assuming they don't care, assuming they don't feel the same way, assuming that they don't love you, assuming that they're not doing anything about it, assuming that they you know, don't want this, assuming that God's not working, that divine destiny is not at play, assuming that we have to do all the work, right? Assuming that we are delusional, or delulu, as the kids want to say these days, right? Yeah, that's why cultivating faith is so important right now, especially in this moment of if we are making these assumptions, and then speaking about. I'm hearing gossiping, meaning even talking about this journey with people can be considered gossip, because we're going over, we're talking about our story. And that story has a lot to do, has a lot of emphasis on our assumptions, because maybe there is not verbal communication yet, but telepathic communication. But in the 3D, in this physical, we only see it this way. But in our mind's eye, we see it in another way. In the communication between soul, it's another way, but it feels quite delusional. It feels quite cray-cray. You might be feeling, but remember, Spirit says you are divinely connected. Interesting, I was going to say protected. But Spirit wants you to know you are divinely connected. So eliminate the gossip. Stop trying to convince other people on your journey, is what I'm hearing. Stop trying to convince other people to see what only you can see, what only your heart and your soul can see. Because love doesn't see separation. Soul doesn't recognize separation. Soul is love. Soul is one. And you and your divine counterpart are one. One soul, one love. One love. That song came through also in the video. I might have to link that particular video below if you want to go back and listen to it, because maybe there was something that was going on significantly during the new moon in Gemini portal that was on 6/6. So maybe since that portal opened, then that could have been, you know, some big awakenings that could have happened since then. But yeah, really interesting. I see 9 of Crystals, 9 of Swords, so you might be also seeing 9/9 is what I'm hearing. Maybe from 6/6 to 9/9, from June 6th to September 9th, those portals between then may have made some really big awakenings, or had some big moments in your life. So if you journal, maybe go back and read your entries of what was going on within your life during those portals. Otherwise, you know, take these steps to recognize, you know, And I just, oh look, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 6 again. So yeah, 6 through 9 I'm hearing for some. Definitely take a look at those. So those dates. How was your faith being cultivated at that time? What kind of assumptions and stories were you telling your mind back then? Were you in complete disagreement? Were you in complete anger, frustration, disbelief? Was your faith being tested? Were you giving up? Were you trying to just, go into a soulmate connection, or just sat like scared to be alone, so you were willing to be with anyone regardless of how healthy or genuine it was? Or were you cultivating faith? Were you learning how to step into your independence? Were you finding balance and recognizing the truth of this past life connection, of this soul connection? Or were you doing it all and going back and forth in the ebbs and flows and the lights and darkness of it all? Because that is also just as okay. But trust, my dear one, Spirit says, all will be provided at the right time. Walk by faith and not by sight. You are divinely protected. You are divinely connected. And this is your destiny. This is your soul destiny. Don't worry about the timing. Don't worry about when or what they're going to say. Don't worry about how it ends. Don't try to control it. Just let it be. Let yourself be. Come into your own. Continue to flourish and shine. Continue to trust that everything that is intended and set and destined to be will be, and there's nothing you can do to ruin it. There's nothing you can do to control it. There's nothing you can do to make it happen sooner. There's nothing you can do to change it. So you might as well embrace it as it is. Really beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. I hope this really helps someone. This sounds like this was something that someone really needed to hear right now. So I really appreciate your energy coming through. Let me know in the comments if this is something that did connect with you. Feel free to hit the like button if it also resonated with your soul frequency. And feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to be a part of our tribe, where we're healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so. I offer Tea+Tarot soul sessions, 60-minute sessions, where you also get a 1-ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea from my FemRems apothecary. So if that's something that you are interested in, you can always find my information in my description box. You can also find me on my social media, Princess Leah 888 or FemRems on Instagram. I look forward to talking to you soon, and until next time, my beautiful beloveds, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.